You're back on Connect FM 91.5 Asli Radio, your evening roundup show. We are going to be speaking with Jessica Dillon, or as you may know her, DJ Goddess. DJ Goddess is an international EDM, Bollywood, and house DJ. She has been breaking barriers at an exponential pace and is quickly becoming a Bollywood celebrity favorite. She also started a movement called Crown That Goddess on Instagram, and since the inception of the women empowerment movement only 2 years ago, it's garnered the attention of Hollywood, including Khloe Kardashian, Lily Ghalichi, and many more. So we are talking with DJ Goddess right now. She is on the line with us. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I managed to get a drive in and get some sun. So.
Oh, nice. You're staying safe. You're okay?
Yes.
Okay,
How
good. Good. Yeah, same mold. It's social distancing.
Yes.
So first of all, if we can just, go back a little bit to find out, about your journey with being a DJ and the success that you've garnered, how long would you say you've been pursuing this for?
Oh my gosh. You know what? That's the first time I've been asked that question.
Really?
I normally don't know how long it's taken to get here. Everyone thinks it's like an overnight success, but it definitely is not true. I would say I'm 9 years into DJing, and I did a biology degree, minor in business.
Wow.
I did my education, and then I became a DJ post-university.
And then how did that transition happen, from studying biology and now being a DJ?
I was it's a long-winded story, so I know we're short on time, but I'll try to give the short version of it. I basically went to university on the side. I was taking acting classes. From acting, went into film production. From film production on the side, I started learning how to DJ. And then that was actually one of my favorite things to do. And I found my calling and stuck with DJing then.
Wow. And did you think that when you were, doing that and you were pursuing it a little bit that it was going to, be such a success?
Not at all. I was a total nerd in high school and university. You could probably talk to my friends and they would tell you the same. I'd probably be the least likely to be anything of the sort, and definitely in entertainment. I think it was a pretty big shock to a lot of people. Med school was my backup, so
yeah. But I mean, you've done so well. You're, kind of, I would say, like the first female Bollywood DJ to kind of, be on the charts.
Thank you.
And, has that ever been a struggle for you, being a woman, and most DJs are male? Was it tough to establish yourself because of that?
100%. I feel like sometimes people think it's easier being a female, and at first when I first entered the industry, people are like, "Oh, well, she got in because of how she looks, and she went international right away because of this, that." But it's actually, you need to work that much harder to prove yourself. And I feel like I was constantly proving myself and still am till this day. It's gotten a little bit easier because I think I have like a little bit of a foothold in the industry, but it took a long time to actually prove myself. And I always say, in order to book the same gigs over and over again, like I've been to Dubai multiple times, in order to book those gigs, you have to be good. There's a gazillion good-looking women on this planet. And so you have to be talented in order to gain respect and to be booking the same gigs with the same promoters.
And would you say that you had role models, female role models that you could look up to in the music industry, like as DJs, even in the Western world? Would you say that existed at the time?
Ironically, I've learned from a female DJ. Her name is Lisa Deluxe. So I had the opportunity to learn from her. And in fact, I did a week class with her, and she was the one that pushed me, and she's like, "You have a natural ability to DJ, and you should definitely stick to it. Music's in your blood. You should definitely, go with it." and maybe make some pocket money on the side. I didn't know that it was going to actually be my full livelihood, and that's how I'd be making a living one day.
Right, yeah. And I mean, was that difficult as well? Belonging to the Indian community, it's not necessarily the stereotypical, job to have. And then on top of that, you studied biology, you were kind of in that science route. So was it difficult to kind of establish yourself as a DJ, for your family and all of that?
I've been very fortunate. I come from a very, very supportive and liberal family. At first it was, they still have Indian values, and they still, my dad especially, is with the grades that I got in university, and I was on scholarship to UBC and stuff. I think for him, he thought I just wanted to kind of have 1 year, 2 year break from university before I continued on with med school, because that's what I told him. I'm like, just give me a year or two. And, but I think he saw the passion in me. And
yeah, of course.
Both my mom and my dad are just so supportive, and I've been really blessed. In terms of other people, I feel like I cancel out the noise. And I've even run into my friends, aunts who watched me grow up as well. And they're like, oh my God, you used to collect so many awards, and, you could have become a doctor, because it was kind of like the exemplary child that even my friends, parents would be like, oh, why can't you be like Jessica or whatnot? And so I was like that nerd that everyone was like, oh my God, do you have to get all the awards? But again, that wasn't my passion. I was really good at studying. I really applied myself, but at the end of the day, I feel like I've definitely found my calling, and the same discipline that I used for high school and university, that's what I'm using towards my career.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And do you think that with Crown That Goddess, this initiative that you've started, do you think that that's also a way of kind of, getting people to support each other, and especially among, the South Asian community with women, getting people to support other women rather than, tearing each other down, rather than, being competitive and that stereotypical nature?
You said it 100%. That's exactly why I created Crown That Goddess. And it's so nice and refreshing to hear that from you. And that's exactly why I created it. I wanted women to support one another. For me, I felt like I had two obstacles. One was being in a male-dominated industry, but then also I had a very lack of support from fellow South Asian women. And I come from a small town, and normally from small towns, we all support one another. And coming from a small town to a big city, I wasn't used to that. And it's a very sort of cliquey, kind of a lot of jealousy,
right,
a lot of insecurity. And I'm not like that. And I wanted to set an example for other women and also get them involved. I wanted the support of women, and I wanted to support other women back. And I was like, how do I do this? How do I show them that, it's not all about one person succeeding on their own. We can succeed so much faster and be so much more powerful as women if we actually supported one another. And that's why I started Crown That Goddess.
And with Crown That Goddess, what kind of initiatives are you doing through that? I know you have the bracelet,
yes.
And, there's been so many, stars and stuff that have worn it. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So there's two sides to the Goddess Bracelet and the movement. And one is I gift the bracelet to a lot of influential women that I feel are great examples of being a goddess, being an example to younger women, and really kind of breaking barriers, people that I feel like deserve that kind of crown that goddess, crowning them goddess. And they might still be on their journey as well. It's not like, oh, someone has to be super, already successful. It's people that are even on their journey to being that woman, that goddess. And the other side of it is, people can buy the bracelet, and it serves as a reminder of self-worth, self-love, to support fellow women. and to pursue your ambitions. I want people to be able to look at it and to think of all those things, to feel really empowered. And partial proceeds actually go towards a women entrepreneurial fund that I'm setting up. And that
that's awesome.
fund is almost like a scholarship towards women that are establishing their own businesses, and not necessarily in like, sciences or like, niche markets that already have like so many scholarships. It could be the arts, or whether it be makeup or music, or, all these different
That's really cool.
niches that I feel like are neglected
Yeah.
with, support.
That's awesome. No, that's really good. And I think that it's so important. As you mentioned, I think within women, there's so much of that competition and that jealousy and negativity. And I think it's so nice. I mean, I love looking at your page and seeing, these words of positivity and lifting each other up rather than, tearing each other down. And I think,
Thank you.
That's so important, especially right now with everything that's happening around the world. And speaking of, with this COVID-19 pandemic, how has that affected you and your business? I know a big part of what you do is travel.
Yes.
So, how has that affected you?
Ironically, I had my bags packed and I was on my way to the airport. My dad was actually dropping me off to the airport, and my mom was going to be accompanying me to this trip. And I had a gig in Toronto, and I was supposed to go from Toronto to then Dallas. I was actually going to collect an award for #1 female Bollywood DJ, which you touched upon. So I was supposed to actually collect that from Babasha Basu. That was supposed to be in Dallas, and then I was supposed to go to Dubai and then India, and I had music videos. I had gigs lined up. I had to cancel my entire tour, music videos, all my gigs. I actually had photo shoots, I had video shoots, everything, you name it, everything was lined up. And I had to make a really tough decision because the night before the NBA games were canceled. And so I was talking to the promoters as we were going to the airport and had to make the difficult decision of saying, you know what, everything needs to be put on hold and health, safety first. And we decided to can our plans and postpone. So it was definitely a hit in terms of, I was really looking forward to it. I know people in Toronto were really excited for the gig and having to cancel it. And I love gigging it. So it was definitely disheartening, but I think the world is on pause for a reason. And this is a time to really self-reflect and, let Mother Earth heal itself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, at least with this time, this free time, I know that was obviously a really, really tough decision to make, but the right one for your safety and for everyone else's safety as well. But, at least you can spend some time right now, being creative and potentially, making some music, and, you're at least able to do that. So I wish you all the best. Congratulations on all of your success and on, that award that you were supposed to collect. And yeah, I think it's, it's really nice to talk to you, and I'm glad that people could also, listen in, and, there's so many young people with so many dreams, and I think it's nice to hear that, they do come true. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Take care, Jessica. Thank you.
You too. Be safe, and be safe, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Bye.